Welcome to Live Life Better Derbyshire's Physical Activity YouTube channel.
Okay, we're going to start this. This is a warm-up. What we want to start off with is a nice march. We're starting to do 2 sets to our warm-up. What I wanted to do the first one, we are literally just getting the heart pumping, moving those muscles, getting them warm, moving those joints. It's absolutely fine. Making sure, whilst we're doing this one, nice big deep breaths for me, please. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Really fill those lungs up. Use the surface area of the lungs. Whilst you're doing this one, you might want to sit on the first half of the chair. So that's here. Go back to the gentle march for me. And what we're going to do next, we're going to do some shoulder shrugs. So what I want to do is stick our arms down by our sides, keeping our back nice and straight, bringing those arms up and down. Purpose of the warm-up is 2 sets, nice and easy the first one. Second one, building it up, we use a rated perceived exertion. That goes from 1 to 10, 1 being resting, 10 being working absolutely maximal. What we want to do today's main session is between 5 and 7. That's described as being able to hold a short conversation. If you're not able to hold a short conversation, I want you to slow it back down. Okay, back to a gentle march for me. So the next one we're going to do, we're going to do a single side step. So what that is you put one foot to one side and you bring the right foot over to the left foot over to the right like this. And at the same time, whilst keeping that back nice and straight, you're going to do a punch. You're not twisting with the body, you're just bringing the arm in front. Again, if this pace is too fast for you, then just slow it back down. Do it at your own pace at the end of the day. Anyway, what we're trying to do is we're trying to build up our rated perceived exertion from where we are up to about a 5 for the warm-up. First set is, like I say, just literally getting the body going. And then what we'll do is we'll do the second set. We'll step it up a little bit more, hopefully ready for that main session. By the end of it, that is. Okay, back to the gentle march. So the next one is going to do some side bends. So keeping that back nice and straight, we're going to lean down to the side. You want to do that just as far as is comfortable. And you might want to hold on to the opposing side of the chair. Stop you falling off, basically. There we go. Remember those breaths, nice big deep breaths. And again. There we go. Okay, back to the gentle march for me. Okay, the next one, a bit of explaining for this one. What we're going to do is we're going to touch our foot forwards, back, and then out to the side. What you do is you return the foot back to the centre each time. Okay, it's like a bit like a dance mat for those who are in a certain era. What you can do as well, we can bring our arms in the same direction as our feet are going. Don't worry if you get this completely wrong. Most people the first instance do, but then by the time they get around to about the 3rd or 4th session, they've got this. Okay, bring it out there. During the main session, what I would say is everything I provide you with is a template. Okay. So the next one, imagine you've got a dot on the floor in front of you. What you do is you're going to put your heel and your toe on that dot. And what you do is you're going to imagine you've got a dishcloth and you're wringing that dishcloth out. If you're not comfortable with holding that leg up, what you can do is just roll your foot from heel to toe. It's like I say, what I provide you with is a template. You take that from that, what's best for you, and you work inside your own comfort level. Swap your foot to the other side for me. Looking good, well done. Okay, back to gentle march. That's the first set done. So what we're going to do now, unless you overdid it for the first set, in which case either ease up or just stay at the same level, what we're going to do now is we're going to step it up again. So we're going to step that march up a little bit more now. A little bit more vigorous than we had before. Bear in mind, this isn't the main workout though, we are still on the warm-up. Whilst we're on the subject of actually the main session of rated perceived exertion, what I would say is each of the exercises are roughly 45 seconds. What I want you to do when you get to that main session, if you can't do 45 seconds, that's absolutely fine. We're all here to get active. And at the end of the day, we're not here to injure ourselves or tire ourselves out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go between, if you can do 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, that's fine. Next time, what you do is just hopefully do a little bit more and you'll work up on that one. So back to that gentle march for me. So last time we did shoulder shrugs, keeping that back nice and straight, head upright, What we're going to do, we're going to do some shoulder rolls this time, okay? And whichever way your arms are going, let's roll them the other way. Perfect. Keeping the march going, of course. And remembering that breathing. Don't forget your breathing. Okay, back to the gentle march for me. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the side step again. So if you remember what that was, you're sticking one foot to the side, you bring the right foot over to the left foot over to the right like this. And then we're going to punch at the same time. Remember, keeping that back, the back's not twisting, just bringing the arm in front of the body. Back nice and straight, head upright. Keep it going. Looks like it's from the side if you look. Like I say, back's nice and straight, no twisting. The torso is pretty much staying where it is. Got another 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back to the gentle march for me. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the side bends again, keeping that back nice and straight. What we're going to do is going to hold, if you need to hold onto the chair, hold onto the chair, stop ourselves falling off. You're reaching down there, just giving this torso a bit of a stretch. If your upper half was between 2 panes of glass, front and back, then you won't be touching them. That's the idea. You're just leaning down to the side. Not long left to go now. What we'll do is when we finish this warm up, I want you to grab yourself a drink of water. We're going to have about a minute break, but what I want you to do is to have a drink of water, and then when you're ready for it, come back to a gentle march. So what we're going to do, touch, forwards, dance mat, backwards, and out to the side. Remember to return that foot to the centre each time. Bring the arms into play. Like I say, not an easy one to do. Don't worry about it. As long as we're doing some sort of dance, that's all good. But if we can work on this, it is literally just a case of, by the time we get to about the third or fourth attempt, usually most people have got this one. Okay, back to the gentle march. What we're going to do, heel toe, dot in the floor. I imagine we've got that dishcloth there to wring out, okay? Remembering, if you're struggling to hold that foot up, it's absolutely fine. Just keep the foot on the floor, rolling it front to back, okay? Okay, swap the foot to the other side. Perfect. Okay, there we go. What I want you to do now is to grab yourself a drink, a bit like I've got my drink here. And what we're going to do, let's get ready for the main session. Like I said, what we do with these ones, so as soon as you're ready, if you've had a drink, come back and give me that gentle march, and I'll explain what we're going to do. We're going to do 2 sets of cardio, we're going to do 2 sets of resistance. We'll have a break between them to have another opportunity to have a drink. What I want to do though is, if you can only do 10 seconds or 20 seconds of these exercises, 30 seconds, whatever you can do, that's absolutely fine. If you can't do the full 45, if you can do the full 45, brilliant. And if you're doing it, if my pace is too quick for you, don't worry about it. Slow it down. I will give you some options as well when we're doing this one. So, for example, with a box step, V step, if you find your, at the end of it, it's a template. If I show you the options, you take from it what works for you and what's best for your own comfort level. Okay? So we're going to go 15 seconds. I'll explain the first exercise. Don't you start yet. It's the high knees, and it's what's in motion was keeping his back nice and straight. It's a rowing arm motion. So bringing those hands out and grabbing in front of us. We can do that as a march, or if we prefer, so what we're going to do is high knees. If you want to give that a go. Like I say, if you find that pulls on your back or your knee says no, thank you very much, what you can do is you do it as a march instead. Bringing those arms there, keeping that back nice and straight. Like I say, making sure with this one, this is definitely one we could do benefit from being at the first half of that chair. Okay, looks a little something like that. Like I say, when you're doing this one as well, bearing in mind, but this is 45 seconds, quite a long time in reality. So what you need to do is set off at a pace that you know you can sustain. If you have gone too fast, it's fine. You can just take it back to a gentle march, okay? There we go. Well done. Back to a gentle march in between. Okay, next one we're going to do. We're going to tap off one foot behind the other. So we're going to go right foot behind, left foot behind, looks like this. Keeping the back straight whilst we're doing this one. And what you can do with this one if you want to, you can do a bicep curl at the same time. You can use both arms. You can use one arm. Or you can use no arms. Okay? And like I say, if at any point, like I say, if this pace is too fast, you slow it down for you. You can speed it up if you find it too easy as well, consequently. Just making sure that rate of perceived exertion though, if you weren't able to hold a short conversation, I want you to slow it down please, okay? We've got another 10 seconds of this. Okay, and back to that gentle march for me. Okay, the next exercise is the box step. So what this looks like, don't you start yet, is you step 1 foot forwards, 1 foot forwards, 1 foot back, 1 foot back, okay? So if you want to give that a go, forward, forwards, back, back. If you want to step it up, you can do a V step. So it's doing the same, but your legs are going out in a V shape. So it's still forwards, forwards, back, back. And what if you want to step it up, you can do a punch whilst you're doing this one. Just to explain, you're not leaning with the back while you're doing this one, the back's staying nice and straight. And it is just, if it's right foot going out, it's right arm going out. If you want to, if that's not enough, you can do a disco arms on the way back. Again, some people take a while to get that one, but it's up to you. If you just prefer to do the actual box step or the V step, that's absolutely fine for you as well. Back to that gentle march for me. Well done everybody. Remember that because we do 2 sets of these, so you get a second chance at that. So the next one is the half jacks. And now what that one looks like is this. We stick 1 foot out to the side if you want to give that a go. And what we do is we do what I call the chicken arms. So bring those out into play. You're keeping the back straight while you're doing this one and not forgetting that breathing. If that one's not hard enough for you, what you can do is you can do a deltoid raise out to the side. So that's bringing the arms up, keeping them below shoulder height and still keeping that back straight. But bear in mind you've got to do this for 45 seconds, okay? You can do one arm. You can do both arms. You can do no arms. You take whatever works for you, okay? Not long left now. Back to that gentle march. So that's the first set done. That's a quarter of the main event. Looking like we're rolling there. We're doing really, really well, okay? So what we're going to do is we enjoyed those cardio ones so much the first time, we're going to do them all over again. So we're going to start out with those high knees and the canoe arms. Again, at your pace, you can speed it up if you want. You can slow it back down. Or, like I say, if you're finding it's pulling on your back or you find your knees say no, what you can just do a gentle march. I'm doing the rowing motion at the same time, okay? What works for you at the end of the day? Looking good, well done. Like I say, 45 seconds is a long length of time sometimes when you're doing an activity, so picking the right level for you is absolutely crucial in this. Well done, back to that gentle march. So, what we're going to do, remember what we did last time. We did the tap behind, so that was like this. It was the right foot behind, left foot behind, okay? And what we're going to do, we're going to do the bicep curls at the same time. Okay, remember, one arm, both arms, no arms. You take your pick, okay? And like I say, if you're struggling, you're feeling a bit fatigued, it's fine. Just take it back to that gentle march again, okay? Keep the gentle march going, just keeps that blood pumping around the body. And remembering, if you're doing that, if you find that you couldn't hold a short conversation, so over that rate of perceived exertion, then what I want you to do is I want you to slow it back down for me, okay? Well into the session now. Blink, and you miss it, you'll be at the end of the session, okay? Back to that gentle march for me, well done. So the next one, what we're going to do, we're going to do that box step again. Box step, V step punch, disco arms back. Remember what you did last time? Let's go again. So we're going to go either a box step, so it's forwards, forwards, back, back. Again at your own pace. If I'm going too fast, you slow it down. We're going for a V step. Whilst keeping the back straight, we're going to punch and disco arms back. You see? I might make it look easy, but don't worry, I've had plenty of practice at this. It's not as easy as it looks. If you'd seen my first efforts, then you'd have had a good laugh as well, okay? At your own pace, so you can pick the pace up if you want to, or you can slow it back down as well. Remember, when you're doing that punch though, that back is staying straight. I want to keep that head upright, okay? Well done, back to that gentle march for me. So what we're going to do, we're going to do those half jacks. So those half jacks were a foot out to the side like this, and a chicken arms, or if you preferred, you could go for the deltoid raises. So off we go. Bear in mind pace. Like I say, if you say, whoa, that's pushing it too much, I couldn't be able to hold a short conversation, slow it back down. It's absolutely fine. Just here to get active at a pace that works for you. Like I say, 2 arms, we can do 1 arm, or we can do no arms, okay? Not long to go now. Everybody, that's really, really good, okay? Okay, what I want to do now, we've got a 60-second break. I want you to grab yourself a little drink. As soon as you're ready, once you're ready to come back into it, what we'll do is you grab your weights this time, whether that be your dumbbells, whether that be your bottles of water, whether that be your tins. Top tip, if you find that your bottles of water are too heavy, you can empty the water out. I wouldn't advise you do that with tins, it can get a bit messy, okay? But, here we go. What I would say is if your weight is too much, feel free to put them down at any point. And remember, when you breathe and doing this one, I will advise you when we should be breathing when we're doing this one. But what I want us to do is come back to a gentle march. We are going to try and keep a march going as much as possible. Some of the exercise it isn't actually possible. But what we're going to do is we're going to grab these dumbbells. And what we're going to do for the first exercise, I'll explain each one first, and then you go. What we're doing is we're going to keep it back nice and straight. We're going to keep that march going. And this is what's called the deltoid raise. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring these arms up, and then you bring them back down. You lower it back down. You don't drop it back down. Oh, and off we go. Do you want to give that a go? What you do is you want to breathe out on the way up, in on the way down. At the end of the day, don't let gravity bring it down. You bring it down, okay? Keeping those arms below shoulder height. If you're struggling, what you can do is you can bring them up a little bit lower. If you find the weights too much as well, you can just put the weights down. Do this without the weights. Even if you start off with the weights and think you need to put it down. And if at any point you find it's too much, you can just go back to that gentle march, okay? But remembering those breaths. Okay, back to the gentle march for me. Well done, everybody. So what we're going to do with the next one is the heel digs. So a heel dig looks like this. You literally say you're digging in with the heels into the sand. Okay, you want to give that a go. And then what we're going to do next as an exercise is we're going to do some bicep curls. So the top half of the arm stays where it is. What you can do with this one, you can do 1 arm, both arms, or you can take a breather and have no arms. It's completely up to you. But the top half of the arm stays where it is. It stays sort of down by the side of your body. It's the lower half of the arm that we're actually moving. Remember to do your breathing with this one. You might not want to breathe with each motion, but take it steady as well. You know, at the end of the day, it's not a race. You're not competing against me. So if I'm going too fast, I'd rather you be lowering those dumbbells down rather than dropping them, okay? Because it is as much an exercise on the way up as it is on the way down. Using a different set of muscles at the end of the day. Okay, back to that gentle march. Well done. So the next one, we're going to imagine, we're going to come to the front of our chair definitely for this one. What we're going to do is we're going to imagine we've got a zip on our coat. You're going to get this, so we're going to face knuckles away, palms towards, and what we're going to do, I don't want you to start yet. I want you to bring that under your chin like this. Okay? You can use 1 arm, or you can use both arms. What I want you to do is I want you to breathe out on the way up, in on the way down. Lowering it back down again. Careful not to knock your chin. And like I say, one arm. Or what you can do is if you're struggling, don't bring it up as far. Or put those weights down. It's okay. You'll find as you go along that your strength will actually increase as you're doing this one. And you'll find that it'll become easier to do. You're keeping that back nice and straight. And remembering, breathe out. Okay, back to the gentle march. Okay. Okay, next one, we're going to go for a chest press. And what this is you're keeping that back nice and straight, and you're going to push those dumbbells out in front of you, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to breathe out on the way out, in on the way back in. You can use one arm for this one. You can use both arms, or you can lower them down if you're struggling a little bit, or like I say, put the weights down, it's absolutely fine. It's harder than it looks, this one, because you're not having to just press out, but you also have to hold it up as well. So you're using the shoulders and the chest at the same time. There we go, back to a gentle march. There we go, that is the third set done. So we're 3/4 of the way through the main session. That's doing really, really well. Okay, so we're ready for the last set. We enjoyed it so much. We're going to do it slightly different though, this one. Last time we did a deltoid raise out to the side. This time we're going to do a raise out to the front. So we're going to bring them out to the front. I want you to breathe out on the way up, in on the way down. Stopping slightly shy of your legs. And like I say, you can do this with one arm, both arms. And like I say, if you're struggling, you're really starting to struggle now. If you're having to strain your back, you're keeping the back nice and straight, then you've got too much weight. Okay? If you're having to if you're having to bend your back over, then using too much weight, it's either put the weights down, or if you've got a luxury of some lower weights, get some lower weights. Okay? A nice, clean motion is what we're looking for. Good form, as it's called. Well done. Okay. So that's it. So we're going to go. That was the deltoid there. So what we're going to do, we're going to do is heel digs again, and the bicep curls. So we're going to go heel dig. Off we go. And then we bring in those bicep curls. So taking it steady, yeah? Remember, top half of the arm stays where it is. The lower half of the arm, they're actually bending on this one. You can use one arm. You can use both arms. Or you can use no arms if you're feeling a bit fatigued, okay? I appreciate it's quite a harsh workout. Take home from this one is, be conscious of what weight you've used today. If you can't do this motion without keeping your back straight, then you need to actually have a look at something lighter to use. If you find it's too easy, then obviously you need to try and find something a bit heavier to use. Or if you found the perfect weight, brilliant. Again, I just provide the template, you provide what you work out what's comfortable for you, okay? So, last two exercises, then we're done. Well done, everybody, we're nearly there. So what we're going to do, we're going to do an upright row, like we're doing up our coat. So we're going to start that, give that a go. Remember to breathe out on the way up, in on the way down. Remember, you can use one arm, you can use both arms. You can bring it up a little bit less if you're starting to get fatigued. I'd rather you didn't bring it up as much rather than bending the back. If you need to, put those weights down. And of course, at any point, if you're struggling, you can just take a breather. If you've reached the limit, remember that rate of perceived exertion. If you couldn't hold a short conversation, just take it down to a gentle march for me. That's it. We're coming around to the last one now. This is that chest press, if you remember. And what I want you to do with this one is breathe on the way out, breathe in on the way back in, yeah? So out, out, in. Easy one to remember that. So what we're going to go, breathe out, and breathe in. Remember, you can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it down to one arm with this one, and breathe in. You can bring it do You can lower them down if you're struggling, or if you're happy and you've got everything right, finish it off, okay? Well done. Last few seconds. Well done. Put those weights down. We will not be needing these again. Grab yourself a drink, just as before. And what we're going to do now is we're going to slow it down. So grab yourself a drink, and then what it might be advisable not to do the march whilst you're doing a drink. So take a drink, and then come back to me when you're ready with a gentle march. We're going to start in about another 30 seconds. Now, what we're doing now is we're moving into the cool down. The point of the cool down is to squeeze all the toxins out of the body, bring that heart rate down slowly, okay, and make sure everything's working in some regards. So we're going to go. So bringing that rate of perceived back down now. We're thinking more sloth, less road runner, okay? So we've got 10 seconds, and then we're going to start. So what I want us to do, slow this back down. Gentle motions, not like it was when we were doing the main session. Okay, we're going to go for a gentle march. Okay, you might want to do this one called treading grapes, so keeping your toes on the floor while you're doing this one. But we're still bringing those arms into play because we want to just make sure, our joints are still working, but also just to bring some mobility back into these joints. Okay, make sure everything's working. So it's slowly. We're just concentrating, still doing the movements, like I say, still pumping those arms, just a lot more slowly, a lot more gentle. Okay. Well done. Back to the gentle march. So, what we're going to do now, we're going to do those shoulder rolls again. So what we're going to do is arms down by the side, nice straight back, nice big deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, slowly. Really gently now, slowing it down. Trying to relax a little bit. That's how I'm really fill those lungs up. If you imagine your lungs are like a big balloon, what you try to do is you're trying to fill those up. Once you roll the shoulders the other way, please. Slowing it back down, slowing that march down. Nice shoulder rolls, okay? Okay, back to that gentle march for me. So what we're going to do that side step again. So stick your foot out to the side, bringing the right foot over to the left over to the right. And we're going to punch across. This is a lazy punch we're doing now. Nothing too vigorous. And not reaching very far. So we're not reaching as far as we did before. It is just a gentle tap. Make sure that back doesn't twist. You're not twisting on this one. That's just bringing the arm in front of the body, okay? Slow it down. Back nice and straight. Nice big deep breaths. Okay, back to that gentle march for me. Okay, what we're going to do with this one, we're going to do a toe tap now. So what I want to do is put our right foot in front of our left and the left foot in front of our right, okay? When we're doing that one, we're going to punch in the same direction as our foot's going, okay? The one at the front. Nice and gentle, like I say, nothing amazing. Okay, and slowing it back down. Keeping the back straight, of course, and remembering those big, deep breaths. Nice and slowly, okay? Okay, back to that gentle march for me. And everybody loves that dance mat. We get to try it again, but we get to try a bit more slowly this time. So we're going to go touching forwards. Forwards, back, and out to the side, okay? Remembering, that foot comes back to the centre after each time. Bring the arms into play. There we go. Well done, back to that gentle march. So, imagine you've got that dot on the floor. I'd keep the foot on the floor for this one. And we're just going to roll that foot and we're going to imagine we're going to wring out a dishcloth. If this dishcloth we're wringing it out, it would be damp by the time we finished because it's not a massive motion, it's nice and gentle. Okay. And I want you to swap to the side for me. Okay, That's it, well done. So what we're going to do now is, that's the cool down done. What I want us to do is I want to do some few light stretches as well. So we can stop the marching, although I continue marching sometimes, but it's just by force of habit. So what I want us to do is I'm going to explain these exercises to you. We're going to do about 3 different types of stretches. We're going to start with the arms. And what I want us to do is we're going to bring the arm in front of the body, not pressing on the elbow here, and I want to pull that arm to one side. Keep the arm straight as much as possible, and keeping this shoulder down, and pull it across just as far as. We're going to hold it each side for about 15 seconds, and we're going to do it twice to each side, okay? Remembering those big deep breaths, shake that arm out, bring the other arm, and bring it over to the side. It's key to keep the arm straight, and just pull it forward. At the end of the day, some people can't pull their arm all the way across the body. Keep that back straight as well. You're not twisting the back, you're just pulling the arm across, just as far as it's comfortable. Just to the point of resistance, and it shouldn't hurt, okay? Okay, shake that out. Bring the arm across, other arm over to the side. And when you breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, fill those lungs up. Okay, shake it out. And bring the arm across. Just make sure this arm doesn't feel left out. Okay, shake it out. So next one we're going to do is a groin stretch. Now what we're going to do this one is sit to the front of the chair, bring this leg out, bring one leg out to the side, keeping this one here. What we're going to do is to push gently on this side, just so you feel the pull on the inside of the leg there, okay? And hold it there. Okay, back to the centre, bring this leg out to the side, and then stretch. Should feel the pull on the inside of the leg here if you're doing this one correctly. There we go, bring these back into the centre, out to the side, push gently, you should feel the pull on the groin there. Remember, you're breathing with this one, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice, big, deep breaths, okay? Bring the leg over, other side, stretch it out. You can push out with this leg. Okay, bring those legs back into the centre, give them a bit of a jiggle. What we're going to do is we're going to stretch, try and stretch a bit of the back now and the chest. So what I want us to do is we're going to bring our arms in front. Now if you can bring your arms together, brilliant. If you can't, just do this straight in front. If you find this one hurts the back of your neck, then I'd leave this one out. But what I'm going to say is you're going to look down and you're going to raise those arms up just as high as you're comfortable. So give that a go. You should just feel a pull at the back of the, slightly at the back, on the top of the back. If you want to extend it out more, you can look down a bit forward. Remember to breathe while you're doing this one. My nice big deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Shake it out. Now what I want us to do this one. Next one, arms behind you, and pull them up as far as is comfortable, keeping that back nice and straight. Holding each one of these for about 15. Okay, bring the arms back in front. Look down. And raise. Like I say, look further down if you need to extend. You raise the arms up slightly. Remembering to do those big deep breaths while we're doing this one. Okay, shake it out. And for the last time, arms behind. Raise them up. So you should feel the pull across the chest if you're doing this one correctly. If you sat right back in the chair, you can bring your arms together, that's absolutely fine. But I'm doing this one just bringing the arms apart. Right then. What I want us to do now as we're going to do a gentle march. You might want to keep your toes on the floor for this one. Very, very gentle, this one. So we're going to do a few breathing exercises. So what I want us to do, I've been talking about breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. What I want us to do this one is I want to really fill our lungs up, okay? So what I want us to do is I want to breathe in, and I want you to breathe out. I want you to breathe in, and I want you to breathe out. I want you to breathe in, and I want you to breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Last one, big deep breath, make it count. And breathe out again. Last exercise, I want you to bring your hands together. Give yourself a round of applause. Hope you enjoyed that session. That was brilliant. Well done.
Find out more about our free services. Visit www.livelifebetterderbyshire.org.uk or call 0800 085 2299.